What happens when a Sigma female reaches her breaking point? Do they lash out? Do they seek revenge? Or do they do something far more powerful? The truth is, Sigma females don't waste their energy on petty games. But make no mistake, you do not want to be on their bad side. And yet, if you earn their trust, they will stand by you in ways no one else will. So what makes a Sigma female the worst enemy and the best ally? Let's dive in. Sigma females are unlike any other personality type. They don't crave attention, they don't follow the crowd, and they certainly don't need anyone's validation to feel complete. While alphas thrive in leadership roles and betas prefer to follow, Sigma females choose a different path, one of independence, quiet strength, and self-sufficiency. They move in silence, observing more than they speak, thinking before they act. Their minds are sharp, their intuition is strong, and their ability to adapt makes them almost unpredictable. But because they don't fit neatly into traditional social structures, people often misunderstand them. Many assume Sigma females are cold, distant, or even antisocial, that they want to be alone, that they don't need connections. But that's far from the truth. Sigma females aren't loners. They're selective. They don't waste time on shallow relationships or meaningless interactions. They value depth over quantity, choosing their inner circle with extreme care. Trust isn't something they give away easily, but once you've earned it, a Sigma female is the most loyal and protective person you could have by your side. She doesn't just befriend people, she invests in them. But if that trust is broken, there's no second chance. She won't argue, she won't seek revenge. She'll simply walk away without looking back. Sigma females don't tolerate drama, fake friendships, or people who drain their energy. They're not antisocial, they just refuse to settle for anything less than genuine connection. What happens when you cross a Sigma female? Sigma females are known for their quiet strength, independence, and sharp intuition. They are not the type to seek revenge in loud, dramatic ways, nor do they engage in meaningless conflicts. But if you cross them, if you break their trust or try to manipulate them, you'll realize just how powerful they truly are. Unlike other personality types, Sigma females don't respond to betrayal with anger or emotional outbursts. Instead, they observe, analyze, and make a calculated decision about how to handle the situation. They don't waste their energy on unnecessary drama, and they certainly don't let people take advantage of them twice. Let's break down exactly how a Sigma female reacts when she's crossed, and why it's a mistake no one should make. A Sigma female is not someone you can deceive easily. She has a sharp mind and an even sharper intuition. If someone tries to manipulate her, whether it's through fake apologies, guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or power plays, she sees right through it. She won't fall for sweet words that lack real change. She won't be tricked into feeling guilty for setting boundaries. She won't allow anyone to twist the truth to make her question her own reality. She recognizes manipulation for what it is and refuses to play along. Many people make the mistake of thinking that because Sigma females are quiet and reserved, they are easy to control. That could not be further from the truth. Their silence is not weakness, it's strategy. They don't need to announce what they know. They don't need to argue or defend themselves against lies. Instead, they simply take note of the manipulation and make a firm decision. This person can no longer be trusted. And once a Sigma female sees someone as untrustworthy, there is no going back. Most people, when faced with betrayal or manipulation, react emotionally. They get angry, they yell, they cry, they beg for an explanation, but not a Sigma female. She doesn't react impulsively. She doesn't let her emotions control her decisions. Instead, she steps back and observes. She processes the situation calmly, analyzing the best way to move forward. She asks herself, is this situation worth my energy? Is this person capable of change? Do they add value to my life, or are they draining me? And based on those answers, she responds in a way that protects her peace. That might mean distancing herself, cutting ties completely, or simply no longer investing emotionally in the relationship. But one thing is certain, once a Sigma female makes her decision, she doesn't change her mind. When a Sigma female decides someone is no longer worth her time, she doesn't make a big scene about it. There are no dramatic confrontations, no long explanations, no attempts to make the other person understand what they did wrong. She simply walks away. This can be one of the most shocking and painful things for someone who has crossed a Sigma female. They expect a fight. They expect a reaction. They expect to be able to defend themselves or manipulate their way back into her life. But when a Sigma female is done, she is done. She doesn't feel the need to prove anything. She doesn't waste time on people who don't deserve it. She simply removes them from her world, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. And the most painful part for the person she cut off, she doesn't look back. She moves on with her life as if they never existed. She channels her energy into her own growth, her goals, her passions. While the person who wronged her might be dwelling on what happened, trying to get her attention or win her back, she is already on to bigger and better things. Sigma females don't believe in second chances for people who show clear disrespect. They don't hold grudges, but they do hold firm boundaries. And once you cross a line with them, there is no going back. Many people live their lives feeling trapped by toxic relationships. They stay in situations that drain them because they are afraid to walk away. They hold on to people who mistreat them because they don't want to be alone. Sigma females are different. They know their worth. They understand that being alone is better than being surrounded by the wrong people. They have no fear of walking away from relationships, friendships, or even family members who don't respect them. Before we jump into the next part, if you're enjoying this content and want to see more, make sure to subscribe to the channel. A lot of viewers watch but forget to hit that button. Don't be one of them. Join our community and stay updated on all things Sigma. Now let's get back into it. And this makes them incredibly powerful, because when you know you don't need anyone, you become impossible to manipulate. No one can control you with fear, guilt, or pressure when you are fully comfortable standing on your own. No one can take advantage of you when you refuse to tolerate anything less than what you deserve. This is why crossing a Sigma female is such a huge mistake. She won't fight you. She won't beg for your respect. She won't try to change you. She'll simply erase you from her life and keep moving forward. And that is a level of strength most people can't handle. If there's one thing to remember about Sigma females, it's this: never mistake their silence for weakness. They are strong, not because they are loud, but because they are in control. They don't need validation, they don't seek approval, and they don't waste time on people who show them disrespect. So, if you're lucky enough to have a Sigma female in your life, value her. Be honest with her. Respect her boundaries, because once you lose her trust, you lose her, and she will never look back. One of the most defining traits of a Sigma female is that she doesn't let the people around her settle for mediocrity. She expects the best from herself, and naturally, she expects the best from those she chooses to keep in her life. If you are lucky enough to have a Sigma female as a friend, partner, or mentor, prepare to be challenged, because she will push you to grow in ways you never imagined. Sigma females don't believe in sugarcoating the truth. They don't believe in empty compliments or telling people what they want to hear just to keep the peace. If you're wrong, they'll tell you. If you're making excuses, they'll call you out. And if you're selling yourself short, they'll remind you exactly who you are and what you're capable of. For some people, this kind of honesty can be uncomfortable, even intimidating. But for those who are truly ready to grow, A Sigma female's guidance is priceless. Sigma females are natural observers. They pay close attention to people, their strengths, their weaknesses, their habits, and their potential. And while many people go through life doubting themselves or playing it safe, a Sigma female can see exactly what someone is capable of, often before they even realize it themselves. She's the type of person who will notice the talent you've been ignoring. Maybe you're a brilliant writer, but you've been too afraid to share your work. Maybe you have leadership skills, but you doubt yourself too much to step up. A Sigma female will see these things in you and won't let you ignore them. She won't allow you to downplay your abilities or hide behind fear. She'll remind you, you're better than this. You're holding yourself back. Stop waiting for permission to be great. And the thing is, she won't just say it, she'll prove it by showing you how much she believes in you. Most people are used to friends who tell them what they want to hear. They're used to polite nods, fake encouragement, and people agreeing with them just to avoid conflict. But that's not how a Sigma female operates. If she cares about you, she's going to tell you the truth, especially when it's something you don't want to hear. If you're in a toxic relationship and making excuses for someone who doesn't treat you right, she'll call it out. If you're wasting your time on things that don't align with your goals, she'll make sure you know it. She doesn't do this to be harsh or hurtful. She does it because she cares. She knows that true support isn't about agreeing with someone all the time. It's about helping them grow, even when it's uncomfortable. She would rather tell you the truth and risk upsetting you than lie to you and let you stay stuck. A Sigma female won't let you make excuses for yourself. If you say you're going to do something, she expects you to do it. She understands that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about discipline and commitment. And if she sees you making excuses or giving up too easily, she'll remind you of the promises you made to yourself. For example, if you told her you were going to start a business, but months have passed and you haven't made a move, she'll ask, "What's stopping you? Why haven't you started?" If you said you wanted to get healthier, but you keep making excuses, she'll say, "You're capable of more than this. You just have to stop doubting yourself." If you complain about your life, but refuse to take action, she'll remind you, "You have the power to change things. So what are you going to do about it?" A Sigma female isn't going to let you sit in self-pity or blame others for your circumstances. She will always bring the conversation back to you, your choices, your mindset, and your ability to take control of your life. Some people find this level of accountability overwhelming. They would rather have friends who let them stay comfortable. But for those who are serious about leveling up, a Sigma female's presence is life-changing. A Sigma female isn't just someone who talks about growth. She lives it. She holds herself to the same high standards she expects from others. She's constantly learning, improving, and pushing herself beyond her limits. And by doing so, she inspires the people around her to do the same. She doesn't just tell you to be disciplined, she shows you what discipline looks like in action. She doesn't just talk about success, she embodies it through her own hard work and determination. She doesn't just tell you to cut off toxic people, she demonstrates how to set boundaries and protect your peace. Simply being around a Sigma female makes you want to be better. Her energy, her mindset, and her refusal to settle for less will naturally push you to raise your own standards. Another way Sigma females challenge you is by encouraging independent thinking. In a world where so many people follow the crowd, a Sigma female stands out because she doesn't just accept things at face value. She questions everything. She seeks knowledge. She forms her own opinions instead of blindly following trends or societal expectations. And if you're in her circle, she'll challenge you to do the same. She'll ask you why you believe what you believe. She'll push you to question your own assumptions. She'll encourage you to think critically instead of just accepting things because that's how it's always been done. She doesn't want people around her who just agree with everything she says. She values deep conversations, different perspectives, and people who are willing to challenge their own beliefs. This means that if you're used to just going along with the crowd, a Sigma female will push you to start thinking for yourself. And once you do, you'll never go back to living on autopilot. At the end of the day, a Sigma female's goal isn't to tear you down, it's to build you up. She knows that true growth requires honesty, accountability, and sometimes tough love. But she also knows that the people who are willing to embrace these challenges will come out stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. If you have a Sigma female in your life, understand that her honesty, her high standards, and her refusal to let you settle are not meant to hurt you. They are her way of showing that she believes in you. She sees your potential, and she won't let you waste it. So, if a Sigma female challenges you, pushes you, and refuses to let you stay the same, take it as a compliment. She's not just being tough, she's helping you become the person you were meant to be. And if you embrace that challenge, there's no limit to how far you can go. When most people think of revenge or cutting someone off, they imagine explosive arguments, dramatic confrontations, or public call-outs. But Sigma females don't operate that way. They don't waste their time plotting revenge, trying to hurt you, or making a big deal out of your betrayal. Instead, they do something far more powerful. They make you irrelevant. To a Sigma female, the worst thing she can do to you isn't to fight you. It's to erase you. She won't argue. She won't explain herself. She won't try to make you understand what you did wrong. She'll simply remove you from her life, her thoughts, and her energy. And once she's done, it's as if you never existed. This kind of silence is far more painful than any heated exchange, because when a Sigma female decides you no longer matter, you become invisible. A Sigma female values her time, her peace, and her energy. She doesn't waste them on people who show her disrespect, betray her trust, or try to manipulate her. She knows that engaging in unnecessary conflict only drains her, and she refuses to give anyone that kind of power. Unlike other personality types who may dwell on grudges or seek revenge, Sigma females see no benefit in holding on to negativity. Instead, they remove toxic people from their lives quickly and efficiently. To her, arguing is pointless. Why waste time explaining herself to someone who doesn't respect her? Why try to prove a point to someone who has already shown their true colors? Why seek revenge when the best revenge is indifference? She understands that nothing frustrates or weakens a person more than realizing they have no effect on her. And that's exactly what she does. She strips them of their importance. Most people expect closure when a relationship, friendship, or connection ends. They expect explanations, long conversations, maybe even one last fight. But Sigma females don't give closure. When she decides she's done with someone, she doesn't feel the need to explain why. She already saw what she needed to see. She already made her decision. And once she's made it, there's no going back. There are no drawn-out conversations, no endless debates, no begging for second chances. She simply removes the person from her life and moves on as if they never existed. This is what makes Sigma females so powerful. Because when she leaves, she doesn't just leave, she erases. And for the person who has been cut off, this is the most painful thing of all. People often underestimate the power of silence. They think anger is the worst reaction someone can have toward them. But in reality, indifference is far worse. When someone argues with you, fights with you, or even tries to get revenge, it means they still care in some way. It means you still have some effect on them. But when a Sigma female ignores you completely, that's when you know you've truly lost her. She won't check up on you. She won't ask mutual friends about you. She won't post about you or make subtle hints online. To her, you are simply irrelevant, And for many people, this is unbearable. They want her attention, even if it's negative. They want to get a reaction, to be acknowledged, to matter. But a Sigma female gives them nothing, and in doing so, she leaves them feeling powerless. One of the most frustrating things for people who lose a Sigma female is watching her thrive without them. She doesn't sit around dwelling on the past. She doesn't cry over lost connections. She doesn't let betrayal stop her from growing. Instead, she uses that energy to elevate herself. She focuses on her goals, she works on her passions, and the person she cut off. They're left watching from the sidelines, realizing that their absence didn't affect her at all. This is the ultimate form of closure, not through words, not through confrontation, but through success. Many people, after realizing what they lost, try to win a Sigma female back. They send messages, make excuses, or try to act like nothing happened. But what they don't understand is that once a Sigma female is done, she is done. She doesn't play games. She doesn't go back and forth. If she removed someone from her life, it wasn't an impulsive decision. It was a calculated choice. And because she's so selective with who she allows in her world, if she decided someone no longer belongs there, nothing will change her mind. So no amount of apologies, explanations, or guilt-tripping will work. She has already moved on, and she doesn't look back. In a world where people seek attention, validation, and reactions, a Sigma female's silence is her greatest weapon. She doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. She doesn't need to get the last word. She doesn't need to waste energy on people who don't deserve it. She simply removes what no longer serves her and keeps moving forward. And that is why she is so powerful, because at the end of the day, the worst thing she can do to you isn't destroy you, it makes you irrelevant. Loyalty is a rare quality in today's world, but for a Sigma female, it's a core part of who she is. She doesn't do fake friendships, temporary alliances, or surface-level connections. If she chooses to stand by you, it's real, it's deep, and it's unshakable. But here's the thing, loyalty from a Sigma female is not something you can demand. It's something you earn. And once you have it, you'll understand why her loyalty is unlike anything else. Unlike people who easily open up to anyone, a Sigma female is extremely selective about who she lets into her world. She doesn't throw around the word friend lightly. She doesn't trust just anyone. This is because she understands the value of real connections. She knows that not everyone deserves access to her energy, time, or loyalty. Before she calls someone a friend, she watches, she observes. She takes her time to see who a person really is. Are they genuine, or are they just putting on a show? Do they have integrity, or do they switch sides when it benefits them? A Sigma female doesn't rush into friendships because she knows that true loyalty isn't built overnight. But when she does decide that someone is worth it, she gives them her full support. And that's what makes her loyalty so rare. It's intentional. Many people maintain friendships out of convenience. They stay connected with people they don't truly like because they're afraid of being alone or because it benefits them in some way. But Sigma females don't operate like that. She won't pretend to like you just to be polite. She won't force a friendship just because it's socially expected. And she definitely won't tolerate toxic relationships just to fit in. If she stands by you, it's because she genuinely values you. She respects you. She sees something in you that makes her believe the connection is worth her time and energy. And because she's real with her friendships, her loyalty is stronger than most. She's not there for show. She's there because she wants to be. A Sigma female is the type of person who will defend you when you're not in the room. If she considers you a friend, she won't tolerate anyone bad-mouthing you, disrespecting you, or trying to manipulate you. If someone spreads false rumors about you, she won't just sit back and watch. she'll shut it down. If you're being treated unfairly, she'll step in and make sure your voice is heard. If people turn against you in tough times, she'll be the one who stands by your side. She doesn't follow the crowd. She doesn't switch sides depending on what's popular. Her loyalty doesn't depend on what's convenient. It depends on principles. And that's why when a Sigma female has your back, you can trust that she means it. Loyalty isn't just about words, it's about actions. And Sigma females understand that true friendship isn't proven when things are easy. It's proven when things get hard. When life gets tough, she won't disappear. When you feel lost, she won't judge you. When you need support, she'll be there without being asked. She may not be the type to constantly check in or shower you with affection, but when you truly need her, she'll show up. No hesitation, no excuses. And that's the kind of loyalty most people don't experience in their lifetime. A Sigma female values trust above all else. If you tell her something in confidence, she will never use it against you. Unlike others who gossip for attention or betray their friends when it benefits them, a Sigma female guards your secrets as if they were her own. She understands that trust, once broken, can never be fully repaired. That's why she treats the things you tell her with respect. She won't repeat your personal struggles to others. She won't use your past mistakes to embarrass you. Some friendships are built on comfort. People stay close because they share the same struggles, the same mindset, or the same limitations. But a Sigma female, she wants growth. She doesn't just stand by you, she pushes you to be better. She encourages you to chase your goals, break bad habits, and believe in yourself. And here's the most important part. She's happy for your success. Many so-called friends secretly resent it when the people around them level up. They feel threatened, they become distant, they start to compete. But a Sigma female, she wants to see you win. She doesn't feel insecure about your success. She celebrates it. Her loyalty means she'll never envy your progress. She'll always be in your corner, cheering you on, even when others turn away. A Sigma female understands that people are human. We all make mistakes. We all go through difficult phases, and she doesn't abandon people just because they're struggling. If she sees potential in you, she'll fight for you. She'll be patient. She'll help you get back on your feet. But, and this is important, her loyalty is not blind. If you continuously disrespect her, betray her, or take her for granted, she will walk away. She is loyal, but she is not a doormat. Once she realizes that someone doesn't value her the way she values them, she won't waste her time trying to convince them. She'll simply remove herself from the situation. Her loyalty is rare, and once it's gone, it's gone. Not everyone gets to experience the loyalty of a Sigma female, and those who do often don't realize how rare it is until they lose it. Because when a Sigma female finally decides she's done with someone, there's no coming back. She doesn't give second chances to people who break her trust. She doesn't allow toxic individuals back into her life. Once her loyalty is gone, it's gone forever. And that's why those who have a Sigma female in their corner should never take her for granted, because her loyalty is not just strong, it's unbreakable. They challenge you to be better. Most people in your life will tell you what you want to hear. They'll comfort you with half-truths, sugarcoat reality, and avoid hard conversations just to keep the peace. But a Sigma female, she's different. She won't feed you lies to make you feel better. She won't pretend everything is fine when it's not. She'll tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. And that's exactly why she makes people uncomfortable, but also why she changes lives. Society encourages people to go with the flow, to be agreeable, and to avoid confrontation. Most people don't want to rock the boat, even when they see someone making bad choices. They'd rather nod along and say, "You're doing great," than risk upsetting anyone. But a Sigma female, she refuses to be a yes man. She believes in growth, not comfort, and growth requires honesty. That means if she sees you holding yourself back, she'll call you out. If you're making excuses for your mistakes, she won't let you get away with it. If you're settling for less than you deserve, she'll push you to aim higher. She doesn't do this to be mean. She does it because she believes in you. And that's what makes her different. A lot of people are afraid of accountability. They want to be surrounded by friends who support them no matter what, even when they're wrong. But a Sigma female knows that blind support is not real friendship. If you say you want to accomplish something but never take action, she'll call you out. If you keep repeating the same mistakes and blaming others, she won't let it slide. She's not going to baby you. She's not going to let you make excuses. She expects you to take responsibility for your actions because she knows you're capable of more. And if that's uncomfortable, good. Growth isn't supposed to be easy. A Sigma female is a natural observer. She sees things other people miss. That's why she can recognize the potential in others before they even see it themselves. She notices the way you talk about your dreams, the way your eyes light up when you mention something you love, the hidden strengths you don't fully believe in yet, and she refuses to let you waste them. When she challenges you, it's not to tear you down, it's to push you forward. She sees the best in you, and she won't let you settle for less than you deserve. That's why people who are close to a Sigma female often achieve more than they thought possible. She pushes them past their limits. She inspires them to take action, and she helps them become the strongest version of themselves. Most people avoid brutal honesty because they don't want to hurt feelings, but a Sigma female, she values truth over temporary comfort. She knows that telling people what they want to hear doesn't help them grow. So if she sees something you need to hear, she's going to say it. If you're in a toxic relationship, she won't pretend everything is fine. She'll tell you to walk away. If you're self-sabotaging, she won't let it slide. She'll call it out. If you're being lazy with your goals, she won't sugarcoat it. She'll tell you to do better. A lot of people mistake tough love for criticism, but a Sigma female's honesty doesn't come from a place of judgment. It comes from respect. She respects you enough to tell you the truth. She respects you enough to push you to grow. She respects you enough to believe in your potential even when you don't. She knows that people who truly care about you won't just make you feel good. They'll make you better. That's why a Sigma female's friendship isn't always easy, but it's worth it. Most people avoid honesty because they're afraid of losing friends. They think, if I tell them the truth, they might get mad, they might leave. But a Sigma female isn't afraid of that. She knows that real connections are built on honesty, not fake pleasantries. And if someone can't handle the truth, then they're not meant to be in her life. She's not going to change who she is just to make people comfortable. She's not going to lie to protect egos. She speaks her mind, stands by her values, and lets the right people stay. And in the end, the people who do stay, they become the strongest, most unstoppable versions of themselves because she challenges them to be better. A Sigma female doesn't just talk about growth, she lives it. She holds herself to the same high standards she expects from others. She's constantly pushing herself, learning and improving, and because of that, she naturally inspires those around her. She's disciplined, so she encourages others to be disciplined. She's independent, so she shows others how to rely on themselves. Not everyone gets the privilege of being challenged by a Sigma female. If she pushes you, calls you out, or tells you the hard truth, it's because she sees something great in you. It means she thinks you're worth the effort. And if you listen, if you take her words to heart and use them to grow, you won't just become better, you'll become unstoppable. A Sigma female may not have a large social group, but the people she does let into her inner world, they are everything to her. If you're one of them, you're not just a friend, you're family, and family is protected. She will defend you, she will support you, and she will stand by you when no one else does. That's the kind of loyalty most people dream of, but rarely experience. A Sigma female doesn't let just anyone into her life. She's selective, very selective. She knows that not everyone deserves access to her energy, her time, or her trust. Before she allows someone into her inner world, she watches, she observes, she takes mental notes. Can they be trusted? Do they have integrity? Will they stand by her when things get tough? She doesn't rush into friendships, and she doesn't fall for fake personalities. But once she decides you are worthy of being in her circle, she will protect you like no one else can. A Sigma female is not the kind of friend who stays quiet when people talk behind your back. If someone tries to spread false rumors about you, she won't just sit there and let it happen. She'll shut it down. She doesn't play along with fake drama or gossip. Instead, she challenges it. She exposes lies. She reminds people to have respect. And the best part? She does this without expecting credit. She doesn't need you to know she defended you. She does it because that's just who she is. A lot of people claim to be friends, but when life gets tough, they disappear. They don't want to deal with your struggles. They're only there for the good times. But a Sigma female, she's different. If you hit rock bottom, she's there to pull you back up. If you're going through heartbreak, she's the one reminding you of your worth. She doesn't enable self-destructive behavior. She doesn't sugarcoat things. She cares enough to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. A Sigma female doesn't just protect you, she also teaches you how to protect yourself. She doesn't want you to rely on her to fight your battles. She wants you to grow, to become stronger, to learn how to stand up for yourself. She shows you how to set boundaries. She teaches you the power of silence and strategy. She leads by example, showing you what true resilience looks like. Her goal isn't to keep you weak and dependent on her protection. It's to help you become someone who can protect themselves. Loyalty is everything to a Sigma female, but it's not blind loyalty. She will stand by you through thick and thin. She will defend you when the world turns against you. She will support you when you have nothing left. But the moment you betray her trust, the second you prove that you don't value her loyalty, she's gone. She won't argue. She won't explain. She will simply walk away. Because if there's one thing a Sigma female refuses to do, it's protect someone who would never do the same for her. Her loyalty is fierce, but it's not foolish. For a Sigma female, relationships aren't about quantity, they're about depth. She doesn't collect acquaintances, chase social validation, or surround herself with people just to fill space. Instead, she values meaningful, authentic connections with those who truly understand and respect her. Unlike people who seek constant attention or validation from a crowd, a Sigma female moves through life with a select few who matter. And when she connects with someone, it's real, it's deep, it's unbreakable. One of the most powerful things about a Sigma female is the space she creates for the people she cares about. She doesn't judge, she doesn't shame, she doesn't force anyone to fit into a mold. Instead, she builds an environment of trust and respect, where people feel seen and understood without fear of ridicule. In a world where most people wear masks, where they hide their real thoughts and emotions to avoid criticism, a Sigma female offers something rare: genuine acceptance. She listens without trying to control. She supports without expecting anything in return. She allows people to be their true selves, knowing that real connections can only form when there's honesty, not pretense. But make no mistake, just because she's understanding doesn't mean she tolerates dishonesty or manipulation. If someone takes advantage of the safe space she offers, she won't hesitate to walk away. Because for her, trust is sacred. Once it's broken, it's gone. While many people see vulnerability as a weakness, a Sigma female understands that it's actually strength. She doesn't play emotional games, put up false walls, or pretend to be someone she's not just to impress others. Instead, she embraces her emotions, her struggles, and her truths because she knows that real strength comes from authenticity. She also encourages those in her life to do the same. When she connects with someone, she wants the real version of them, not the filtered, polished version they present to the world. She values deep conversations over small talk, raw emotions over fake smiles, and honesty over surface-level interactions. She doesn't care about social status, popularity, or meaningless labels. She cares about who you really are. But this level of authenticity isn't for everyone. Some people find it intimidating because they're not used to being around someone who refuses to engage in facades. Some struggle with it because they're afraid to be truly seen. But for those who are ready to build something real, a Sigma female is the kind of person who will stand by them through anything. Sigma females are powerful, silent but strong, independent but deeply loyal. They don't need many people, but when they choose someone, they give everything. So are you a Sigma female? Do you know one? Let's talk in the comments. What's your experience? And if you want more content like this, drop your topic suggestions below. See you in the next video.